Hello, you're welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be doing a waistband on a straight trouser. I've already done the fly, zipper and slant pocket. So if you want to watch that, you can quickly watch that. The videos are already on my channel. So doing this, I'm folding the waist into two, okay, like you can see me do, and I'll need to measure this. So using my tape rule, I'll measure it from the point of the zipper to the middle back, and whatever I have, that will be like times 2 of the waist measurement. Here I have 18, so multiplying that by 2, I have 36 inches for the waist measurement. So I'll be drafting this on a paper. If you have a gum stick, you can use that, but I'll be using this paper. Okay. So I'll be using this paper to draft the waistband. So now I'll first of all rule a line. I'll form my basis. And then on that line, I'm measuring 2 inches upwards. 2 inches upward. Now roll that line. Now remember we marked 18 inches, so I'll be using 18 inches, and because it's a waistband I can add extra 1 inch or half. Okay, so this is the 18 inches and half of that is 9 inches, so that's the midpoint, and then I will add 1 inch for the seam allowance. So 18 inches and 1 inch here for seam allowance. So at that point, now this is the midpoint, so I'll mark that too on the second line. So I'll draw a line to meet the 2 points now at this point I'll go backward with 1 inch. Okay, that's it. And at this point, okay, I'm going upward here. I'll go upward here with 1.5 inches, or you can do 2 inches, but I want to use 1.5, so this one too have to be 1.5. So now I'll use my cuff and I will curve this to meet the midpoint. Okay, and I'll use this to curve it to meet the midpoint. Okay, so we have that line now, so we can now connect these lines together. So I'll then bring in my scissors and then cut it out. So these are waistband. Okay, so the next thing I will do is to bring it on a fabric, and like I said, if you have gum stay, you can use it, but I don't have gum stay now, so I'll put it on the fabric and then I'll be using paper stay later to do the gumming. Okay, so this is the fabric that I want to use, and so that the camera can pick everything, I will still make it unfold. Okay, so this is the waistband, and I'll cut it such that I'll use 1/2 inch all round. So you can do well to pin it down. So I've pinned it all out, and you can use 1/2 inch all round for the seaming allowance. So I've added the 1/2 inch, and I'll need to cut this out. So I've cut this out, and I added 1/2 inch all around. So I'll need to replicate this, make another one of this. So I'll then make 2 of this and then add interface. Okay, so this is the waistband. So I'll sew the top this way using 1/2 inch and then top stitch. Okay, and then I'll be using, you can make it one long rope, but I had to cut it. This is like 4.5 inches by 1.5. So I'll fold it inwards, 1/2 inch both sides, and then that will be for my belt loops. I'll do the same thing to all the 5. They are 5 in number. Okay, so here's the waistband. I've sewn it and I top stitch. Okay, so, and these are the loops. I made 5 of them. So sewing and trimming it, I'm left with 4 inches now. So I made all of them 4 inches. So the next thing we'll have to do is to place this on the trouser, and I'll place it on the middle back where I have the joining. I'll put one here and then pin. And then I'll locate my waist, my dart position here, and my dart position here is 4 inches. So from here I'm measuring 4 inches. Now for this trouser, I manipulated the dart out, but in case you sew the dart, you'll of course place this where the dart is. So that's my dart position, and I'll bring another one and place here and then pin it down. Pin it down, and then from there, because I already have 2 positions now, so I'll bring the first one, which is the middle back, and the one on my dart position. Then I will know where next to, when I place the 2 points together, I'll get the midpoint of that 2 points, like so, and then notch. That will be the next position for the next loop. Okay. So I'm placing one here, and I'll do the same thing to the other side. So from this other side, I'll take it from where the zipper is, and then measure 4 inches. That's my dart position. .4 inches and notch. And I'll bring one of the loops and place it there. Pin it down. Like I did to the other side, I'll get the midpoints from the middle back to this new position. Now I'll make the 2 points to meet, and then stretch it out to get the midpoint, which is this point. I'll notch it and then bring the last loop there. So now the next thing, I'll bring in the waistband. Look at it. So we added half inch, so I'll bring it here, and then the right side to the right side. I'll leave like half inch outward and then pin. Take it round. The right side will have to face the right side of the main fabric of the trouser. Okay, so pin it down. And we're cutting it all the way to this point. So we're leaving half inch. And then we'll pin. Okay, so the next thing I will have to sew it. So this one, I'll cut out the excess of the zipper on both sides. Then check the loop. All of them are inside. They've been sewn. So I'm removing the pins now. So the next thing I'll do now, look at it. The right side facing the right side. This is where we top stitch, and it will be facing the wrong side. So the next thing I will have to do is to use bias to turn this part. So the next thing I'll have to do, remember the half inch we left. Okay, so I'll come this way and bend this part. This part that we use bias, we bend it and we sew out the half inch. Okay, now remember I use half inch to sew this part, so that's why I'm bending this part with half inch. So I'll sew it. Okay, so you can trim this out a little, and you do the same thing to the other side. Remember the half inch, so we'll bend this part half inch, and then we'll sew. Like I said, trim out a little so that it will not be too bulgy. And you turn it. You can use your scissors to get that pointy part. Okay, you're doing the same thing to this other side. Bring in your scissors and you push it further. You push it outward for you to have that corner. So we've got it now. So the next thing, I'll bring this now like so. So I'll straighten it behind and then turn to the right side. Now I like to check this reservoir even to ensure that it's the same thing. same length, same position. Okay, so it's okay. So we come here and then we strengthen this. Okay. Same with this other side. Push everything inwards. Now you make it so relaxed because you're sewing it very, as you're sewing it here. You know where you had the seam, that first seam of the band, the first part we sew the band to the trouser, so that's the seaming line you're following. Okay, so ensure that all this is straight so that you'll be sewing the two at the same time. So I'm done with sewing. I'm done sewing, and that's the inside. So the next thing we'll do will be to finish up with this. So I'll just take this half inward. Make sure it aligns. Make sure it's straight. Then you take this. So you do the same thing here. Make sure it's straight, and then you take in this. So when you're done pinning all of them, you will top stitch on top here, at the top, okay, and ensure that it is straight. So I'm done top stitching all of them. That's it.